Are you wondering whether or not AI will make your skills and experience obsolete? Have you ever wondered whether or not, with AI advancing so rapidly, will even executive roles be around for humans? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you my perspectives as an executive coach, and I'm also going to share with you 3 principles on how you can win the battle. Principle number 1, overestimating or underestimating AI's capabilities creates fear. When you think about it, this fear is not new. Humankind's fear of technological advancements has existed since the beginning of time. And for example, think about when the first personal computer was invented, the first vehicle, the internet, and even microwaves. Each one of these technological advantages induce fear because of overestimation or underestimation of its capabilities. But if you think about it, let's take the car for an example. The very first car that was invented, it was very basic. It had no features. It had no luxury items in it. It was just getting you from point A to point B. And then as the car evolved with greater technology and greater know-how and capabilities, then they started introducing new things. Whereas the first car was just to get you from point A to point B, later on they introduced cushion seats. And then they introduced suspension. And one by one, they introduced these features that then became this minimum standard. But at the beginning, it was just point A to point B. And the same thing can be perceived as AI. They will introduce some basic features first, and then eventually, and it could happen in shorter timeframes, of course, but then step by step, they introduce more things with greater capabilities, and then those new capabilities become the minimum standard and therefore the minimum expectations for AI. And so all technological advances advance like this, and fear is not new. So what can you do about it? Let's talk about that. You see, when you overestimate AI's capabilities, then there's fear of replacement. But when you underestimate AI capability, then there's fear of AI not doing what we need it to do. So the goal here is to be able to see both advantages and disadvantages of this particular technological advancement. Think back to the first microwave when you got that. Think back to the first telephone, the first car as well. There were both advantages and disadvantages to every technological advancement. So understand AI in terms of what are the advantages and the disadvantages introducing this technology with respects to disruptions on our current job roles and also with respects to new opportunities and ability to expand our capabilities. So look at both of these things, because what's going to help you is to be more resilient in terms of when I see both the advantages and disadvantages at the same time, then I can be sure that I have an objective understanding of how this AI is going to impact job roles and job capabilities and opportunities. And I'm also going to have an objective understanding at the disruptive environment, with or without. And with that balanced perspective, this is where you can really get a handle on the fear of AI replacing. Principle number 2, adaptability creates resilience. The goal here is not to overcome AI, because AI is already in the present and it is advancing very rapidly. The goal here is to be adaptable in terms of what will happen and what can happen and what is already happening. So understand that at the moment of me speaking to you right here and right now, AI has already been able to replicate human beings in so many different ways. And it's also able to compete with humans in so many different ways. And the applications of this human replication and the human competition, the applications of those are in a wide variety of different areas. And by the way, there's so many applications of it, and that's not the focus of the video today. But understand that when it comes to adaptability, creating resilience, this is where you can understand and really to reflect on how might I utilize and leverage AI and its capabilities to be able to enhance my decision making, my creativity, my understanding and my intake of information. How might I be able to leverage and utilize AI for those things, while at the same time you can apply what you have as humans that are irreplaceable. For example, nuanced empathy, the ability for critical thinking, the ability to be in the now and present, those things that are irreplaceable. You can leverage those as a human individual, come in to lead your teams and adding value to your senior leadership. Utilize those while leveraging the capabilities of AI, and that is how you can adapt to the situation. So with that, this adaptability will create resilience, where in the moment, as a leader, as a team leader, it's not going to be about how you manage and how you overcome AI, but it's more going to be about how you manage the ambiguities of the development of AI, not in absolutes. Your leadership as an executive is going to be measured more in terms of how you navigate the ambiguities and not the absolutes of what the outcomes are of AI. Maybe you're listening to this right now and maybe you do have a fear, but you see the opportunity and you're wondering, well, how do I leverage that? Or maybe you would listen and you're saying, yeah, I really need to tap into my critical thinking and my nuanced empathy and to really build meaningful relationships at work as a leader. If that's you and you want to develop yourself in those areas, then I invite you to work with me. Below this video, the very first link is an application for you to talk to one of my trusted advisors, career advisors, to help you to know how to create a plan to grow your career, to enhance your leadership, and to enhance those capabilities that you have from within. And when we work together, every single week I provide high-level training on areas like critical thinking, nuanced empathy, and how that applies in communications, diplomatic relationships, and how to navigate the nuanced landscape now that AI is introduced. So this is a mentorship and it's also a mastermind. So if you're serious about developing yourself in those areas, then click the link below and I look forward to working with you on the inside. Principle number 3, self-governance enables your vision to embrace the opportunities of AI. Self-governance is a prerequisite. Because without it, this is where the experience, the fears, the anxieties, the concerns, maybe even the anger of the way society is going, all these negative emotions and emotional volatility that holds us back from being able to leverage the opportunity that is there. Because with every change, every technological advancement, there is opportunity. Yes, there's disruption, but there's also opportunity. And your goal as a leader in your industry is to see both the disruption and the opportunity at the same time. So self-governance is a prerequisite. And when you have that prerequisites, you can really identify how and really see very clearly through your own self-awareness how fear and therefore the subsequent avoidance of AI leads to competition. It leads to competing with AI, which is not possible. Whereas instead of avoiding it and fearing it, how can you lean into it and how can you see the opportunities for you to take advantage and enhance your own capabilities with leveraging AI? With all the changes that are happening in industries, multiple industries as an introduction of AI, I have another video that I created before, whereas I talk about the career growth strategy in a recession. Now, a recession is not the same thing as an introduction to an AI, but it is, the principles apply here because there is a huge change in the landscape. So that video is coming right up next and I'll see you there. So how was that? Did I look human enough? Was that convincing? Do you think they bought it?